Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us here this morning. We want to welcome everyone to this observance as part of the National Community Development Block Grant Week. Jacksonville is certainly proud to have our partnership with community development. And before I begin, I'd like to welcome Miss Jacksonville that's with us this morning, Miss Alexandria Badgett. So thank you for being with us this morning. We appreciate you. As I said, we're proud to have our partnership with community development. There's been many successes in our community of removing slum and blight, as you all know, and making this a better place to live and to work. We are standing in front of one of our successes today. This home represents a revitalization within this neighborhood. From my association with the North Carolina Housing Finance Agency, I know the need for safe and affordable housing in our community. And many other communities as well. But Jacksonville is proud to be part of this progress that has been made today. Part of the success of the community development program is owed to those who have served on the former Community Development Advisory Committee. It is now the Community Engagement Advisory Committee. Councilmember Brian Jackson serves as the liaison to this committee. I would like to call him forward to make some remarks. Brian, please come forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Lazar. Good morning. I'm proud to serve as the connection between the Community Engagement Advisory Committee and the City Council. I'd like to recognize the committee members that's in the crowd today by show of hands. People, give them a hand. Please, everybody give them a hand. Thank you for your service to our city. The advisory committee is charged with review of the plans for funding through community development, to report to the city ideas and concerns for community development funding, and advise the committee on future projects related to community engagement programs. Across the nation, cities, counties, and states will celebrate National Community Development Week. National Community Development Week is designed to draw attention to the accomplishments of the Community Development Block Grant Program. This annual event started in 1986 and is now in its 31st year. Regularly has hundreds of communities participating each year. You are now part of this week's activities. We are here today in front of this house at this time because of planning. We could not have had the success without community development program. Having safe and affordable housing for homeowners to live in makes our community stronger. It is also the bedrock of wealth in America. While we celebrate the work of the committee that I am liaison with, it is also important to celebrate the staff who make this work possible. One of those is Tracy Jackson, who works every day to help make some people homeowners in Jacksonville. Ms. Tracy Jackson, come forward, please.
Good morning, everyone. It is a beautiful day in the Overbrook neighborhood and in our fair city of Jacksonville. The open house here at 310 Sherwood Road is one of the reasons we are celebrating National Community Development Block Grant Week, or known as CDBG Week. This beautiful home was built with a public-private partnership with Mr. Emmanuel Samaderas and Mr. Nicholas Samaderas, and also Mr. John Samaderas of Delphi Construction, and Ms. Susan Madison of Atlantic Bank Mortgage. By making this once vacant lot available for home ownership, the city will generate almost $60,000 in revenue over the course of 30 years. This is one of the ways block grant funds are used to revitalize or sustain older neighborhoods. There are other activities our city has used block grant funds to invest in neighborhoods to include the following: homeownership rehabilitation, down payment assistance, home buyer education courses, demolition and clearance, and capital improvement projects to include the Jack Amyette splash pad and the Georgetown playground and fitness equipment. Our programs grow neighborhoods and improve the quality of life in Jacksonville. Mayor Pro Tem Michael Lazar will now return to the lectern.
Thank you, Tracy. I think it's fitting this morning to recognize Lily Gray and her team, Tracy Jackson, and can we give them a round of applause? This team of ladies has done so much for our community in an effort to clear slum and blight over the years. I think we're well over 100 structures currently today, and today is just a wonderful example how you can really work on a community and revitalize it and give people an opportunity to be homeowners. And with the efforts from Delphi Constructions as great partners, had the opportunity to walk through this home, and you guys just done a really terrific job on this home. It is absolutely beautiful. So thank you for that partnership. And as an elected leader, you heard Tracy talk about the $60,000 that the city will make over a course of 30 years, which is important. Obviously, financing is money is always important, but it's not about the money for us leaders. It's about bringing quality to a community and taking old down and bringing new, and that's exactly what we've been doing. So a great deal of effort has gone into this venture. I've been advocating for CBD money for years at the state level and at the federal level. As those funds continue to be a target for reduction, I think we can't lose sight of the fact of what CDBG funds actually do, and today is a great example of that, along with the other things that we've talked about earlier today. So please keep that in mind as you hear those words in the media as we work towards maintaining those funds. Those funds are used for exactly that, to revitalize the community and give people opportunities and make our home a better place to live. So thank you to the staff and all the work that you do. Unfortunately, Mayor Phillips could not be with us here this morning to attend this due to other obligations that he had. But he did provide me with this proclamation, and I will read it on behalf of the mayor, and I ask Tracy Jackson and the associated staff to please come forward as I present this. Are we ready? Yes. Okay, this is a City of Jacksonville, North Carolina proclamation. Whereas the week of April 22nd through the 26th, 2019, has been designated as National Community Development Week by the National Community Development Association to celebrate the Community Development Block Grant, CDBG. It's a program which was created in 1986, and whereas the CDBG program provides annual funding and flexibility to local communities to provide decent, safe, sanitary housing, a suitable living environment, and economic opportunities to low and moderate income people. And whereas the Community Development Block Grant Program funding has had a significant impact on our local economies through physical redevelopment and improved local tax base. And whereas the City of Jacksonville has successfully utilized CDBG funding to resolve pressing local problems such as neighborhood revitalization, the Downtown Housing Initiative housing rehabilitation programs, demolition and clearance of dilapidated structures, funding for nonprofit public service organizations, and rehabilitating of public facilities. Now, therefore, on behalf of Sammy Phillips, Mayor of the City of Jacksonville, I do hereby proudly proclaim the week of April 22nd through the 26th, 2019 as Community Development Week in the City of Jacksonville, and I urge all citizens to join me in recognizing the Community Development Program and its importance to our community. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Lazar. Before we conclude this observance, I just wanted to acknowledge that we do have a potential buyer for this beautiful home. This buyer, she has worked very hard, and she is so excited to make this purchase and improve the quality of her and her family's life. So I want you all to please help me welcome Miss Claudia Majette to the neighborhood. Let's give her a hand. And also wanted to invite you all to come in and tour the house. It's a beautiful home, and we also have some lighted refreshments. So that concludes our observance, and thank you so much for coming.